Warning: this podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
What's going on? I am Steve Bronson. Think you're on mute, bro. There you go.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you tuned in to another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, can't call it, man. You know what I'm saying? Still out here struggling with this clutch, man. I'm telling you, I'm right now icing the knee down right now. You know what I'm saying? On the pod. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shit weighing me out, man. Weighing me out. But other than that, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm good, man. I'm out here trying to survive, thriving, but trying to get these kids on the same page. Well, what's good with you though, man? How you feeling?
Man, feeling good, bro. I cannot complain, to be honest with you. Everything is, what I'm saying, up and up. Just getting excited for this week, man. I'm going to see Cocaine Bear, you know what I'm saying? And and I'm going to see Ant Man. So I'm excited to see, you know what I'm saying, what they give out. Super, super excited about that. Um I'm hearing some good things about both movies. So, we'll see where it end up.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Doubling up this weekend. Ain't nothing wrong
For
with
sure,
that.
for sure.
Nah, I feel you, man. I plan on going to the movies here soon, man. I think I'm gonna go see that Creed 3, man. I think I'm gonna go
Okay.
check it out on the big screen. The wild part about it, I was with my sister this past weekend, and I was just telling her about. I was like, man, I think I'm gonna go to the movies here soon, and she was like, "What you gonna go see? I go with you." I was just like, "I don't know, man." I was like, because I named like the Ant Man joint or whatever. I was like, but I don't know if I want to go see that in the movies. But I was like, but I do want to see that Creed 3. And she was like,
Mhm.
all right, I'll go with you. And then I got to thinking, thought back, the last time I went to the movies with my sister, we went to see Creed 2.
Hey, that's what's up. Keep the tradition going.
Yeah, man. So and I didn't think about it till after I had left. After I left her crib. And I was just like,
Mhm.
yo, I went to see Creed 2 with her. But yeah, that was funny. I thought that was hilarious because I was just like, for first of all, for me to even to remember that,
Mhm.
but then like once I really remember, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to tell her though, because I don't even know if she even remember that. But yeah, we're gonna try to keep it a tradition, man. Because me and you spoke about this before. I can't remember
Yeah.
what episode we was on, and I hope that I mean, look, Rocky was able to get well, Sylvester Stallone was able to get I don't know like what like six, seven, eight of them.
Mhm.
It's just like I don't see why you know Michael B. Jordan should stop. It's just like yo, if you got three in the can. Go ahead, squeeze you out about two, three, four. You know what I'm saying to kind of even it up a little bit. I
Yeah.
mean, look, you had a child. I mean, not saying that your child have to do it too, but it's just the fact of like movie franchises are so important for the simple fact of like, I mean, dude, there's a new Indiana Jones coming out, man. Harrison Ford is like
That
fucking
okay.
70.
That is crazy.
Like this is wild, man. But at the same time, like to be able to get yourself a franchise to be able to be seen as a certain character, I think franchises are very important. I mean, look at the guy like Sylvester Stallone. Like he got like three or four. He got
Mhm.
Rocky, he got Rambo, he got the Expendables. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like, but when I say all of those, man, like that's just money, man. That's bread. And
Right.
with Michael B. Jordan being able to this is his director and debut. You know what I'm saying? So to
Mhm.
be the age that he is, to have a franchise and also direct it at the same time, the same way
Yeah.
that Sylvester Stallone did,
Yeah.
man, huge props out to him, man, to be able to do that. I ain't seen it yet. I'm gonna go see it, but that's what I plan on seeing because I think they come out. I think they come out next week, as a matter of fact.
What Creed?
So yeah, because I think it come out on the third. So
Yeah. No, that's this
so
week.
yeah. Damn, that is this week. That was the date.
Yeah.
Damn.
Today is the
That's
28th,
right. The day
man.
the last month. Yeah, the last day
Yeah.
of the month. That's right. That's right.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, that come out this weekend, man.
Dang, that's
So
right.
I don't know, man. I might end up in the movies 3 times, brother. I don't know.
Man, look, time is slipping away from me, man. And I ain't gonna have
Yeah.
the boys this weekend too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be super crazy. So you know, we had a little mix up, but you know what I'm saying, we got it together. I was 100% off on the movie we was doing, but you know what I'm saying, shout out to S Dot because he got me caught up with everything and gave me a quick refresher. So today, man, we doing the movie Slight. Um, this is not a. I'm trying to think who's all in this movie.
Okay, man. You got Jacob Latimore, Storm
This a
Reed, who
young
is
Jacob Latimore too.
yeah. This is 2016,
Yeah.
and for him to be a lead of a movie, you know what I'm saying, at this age, man,
Mhm.
like that's wild. Um, I think her name's supposed to be Chanel or something like that. Gabriel. I can't really pronounce it. That's a wild spelling. Um, this also got what's my dude name? My dude from Psych. He's in this joint, which it was kind of funny to see him as a drug dealer.
Mhm.
Uh, I thought that was hilarious. But
Oh, the black dude.
yeah, the black dude from
Damn, I
Psych.
don't know his
He's
name. I don't know his name, but I used to watch him on Psych, and then I used to watch Aldous Hodge on the other show, and I used to get them confused.
yeah. He also was in Ballers too. I used to watch him in Ballers, but
Okay.
it's just like most of his personalities don't fit this character, which is good because it's doing something outside of your box.
Mhm.
But it was just interesting to see him as like this, this ruthless drug dealer type dude. I
Yeah.
just thought it was funny. But yeah, man, a young Jacob Latimore. I mean, he's already young anyway. But
Mhm.
yeah, but like basically, man, like this is a movie about a dude who was, I'm pretty sure, going to college on an engineering scholarship,
Yeah.
and his mother passed away, and he took custody of his little sister. So he chose not to go to college, and what he ended up doing for money, because he was the dude who loved Houdini, and he really loved to do magic. So he did magic on the street, you know what I'm saying, for nickels and dimes and stuff like that. But he also sold drugs, from this drug dealer, which is played by old dude. I think his name is he got a hyphen in that, something Hill, Dwale Hill, something like that. But anyway, so
Okay.
his name is Angelo. So he's a drug dealer for Angelo, and so like during the day he's doing his magic shit, and then at nighttime his neighbor would watch his little sister, and he would go out, sell pills and Molly, drugs, cocaine, all that type of stuff. So anyway,
Mhm.
so what ended up happening is he ended up meeting this girl along the way. She seen him, doing one of his little shows on the street or whatever, ended up getting a date with her. And long story short, basically what happens is the Angelo had kind of started forcing him to do things that he normally don't do. Had him go run up on this new crew who was selling drugs, and they told the dudes that if y'all want to sell, he said, if y'all want to sell drugs, I got two options. One, you leave, or two, you sell my drugs and you get yourself 30% out of that. And they wasn't having that. So the second time he took Bo along with him, he was like, look, I want you to cut dude hand off. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that's how they did it in the old days. So he ended up having him do more gangster shit and he want to get out. So what he does is the last little bit that he gave him, he ended up, you know what I'm saying, cutting it so he could get more money. And the dude realized that he did that. So he was like, all right, right. So you originally owed me 15K. So you would have made an extra 15. And just for principle, I want you to pay me another 15. So he was like, yo, you owe me 45 grand by like 7 days or some shit. And so when the time came up, or right before the time came up, he ended up kidnapping his sister. And when he kidnapped his sister, he had to end up resorting to basically robbing one of his customers. And then he ended up getting robbed. And then he ended up having to go to Bo. No, he's Bo. Ended up having to go to Angelo. And this, which is probably the best scene in the movie, which we'll get to that later. But I thought that it was an interesting plot to the movie to have a dude that's interested in magic. And magic always gets me. I don't know why. That's why like some of my favorite parts of Smoking Aces is the part when Jeremy Piven, you know what I'm saying, was Buddy Israel, you know what I'm saying, doing all his card trick shit. I think that shit is cool as fuck, man.
Well,
but like
when that nigga threw that card at Common's forehead, bro, I was fucking crying, bro. That's one of the best scenes of any movie I've ever seen. Because you never expect that shit to happen, bro. When he does that shit throws you off. Like, this nigga really flicked this nigga with a card and cut him. That shit was genius.
Man, he turned into Gambit, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen. I know this is gonna sound crazy. Well, I'm telling you, dude, they only really done one movie with that I've seen.
Yeah, they just did one
with Gambit in it, and that was in
the
Wolverine or yes. And I like him playing him. I think that if they was to do it, I think they should bring him back to do it. But Gambit is one of my, like, just that little like 5 minutes that we got to see a Gambit. Gambit is like one of my favorite X-Men. Like that motherfucker hard.
You know that the dope shit about dude is the fact that he can use anything to do that with. He just choose cards.
Yes. Because like even with the stick, like he's mean with the fucking with the stick, it's kind of like a pole or whatever it was.
Staff.
Yeah, like he basically used that shit like a helicopter. Like Gambit is fucking hard, yo. Like I really like Gambit, but like at the same time, what made me bring it up because like he does the whole, you know what I'm saying, shit with the cards. So, you know, Bo, you know, he did a few tricks with cards and shit like that. And like Magic just I don't know, dude. Like I remember like there was a time for like Chris Angel. You remember that shit?
Man,
like a decade ago.
Remember before that they used to do the magic trick revealed?
I didn't see that.
It used to come on. I think it was like certain episodes that they used to come on Fox, and they used to like show you magic tricks and then show you how the magician did them. And it was a dude in like a black mask with like a ghost face on it. Bro, them was some of the best shows ever, bro.
Like I used to see, like they used to have this one guy who used to show you the magic trick and then show you how they pulled it off. Like I used to see those. Like they used to be like all over Instagram.
Nah, this was a show that used to come on Fox. It's called Magic Secrets Revealed or like Magic Something Revealed.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, I think that this is similar, but it just wasn't a show. I think they just did that shit on the grant. But but I thought what I thought was interesting about it was so basically like so he put this kind of like this copper thing like in his arm, right? Something that he built, and he put it actually in his arm, and the shit was infected. It looked mad crazy. but he
Yeah.
also had these wires that went down to his fingertips. Like he
Mhm.
had positives and the negatives in his finger. That's how he was able to. There's a scene where he's twirling his ring. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how he's able to do things like that. He had this one trick where he moved his chair, and
Mhm.
like he was able to do that because he had that thing in his arm. So the first night that old girl spending the night at his place, she ended up seeing his arm, and she was like, "Yo, like what's on your arm?" So he told her the story of like, so he was like, there was this guy. He was like 9 years old or something, and he saw this guy doing his magic trick, and he said what the guy did was he stuck a knife through his hand, and he was like, but it didn't bleed, and so he asked the guy, "How do you do that?" And he said, "Real musicians only tell magicians or whatever." So he wouldn't tell him. So he said so a year ago from that time he ran into that same guy, and
Mhm.
so he told the guy the same story. Like, yo, I asked you about this, you know what I'm saying, when I was a kid, and he showed him a few magic tricks, and just like, yo, like I'm doing this shit now, blase blase, and so he showed him the trick, and what it was, he stuck the knife in his hand so many times that all the scar tissue went away. And
Yeah.
so what he did was he would just put latex skin over his hand to make it seem like there was never a cut there in the first place.
Mhm.
And so like what this movie kind of did was like it showed you some of the magic tricks. It didn't explain all of them. It just explained, a few of them, like, how he was able to move the ring and how he was able to move, what I'm saying, a chair and like shit like that. It really didn't
Yeah.
explain the card part.
Right.
They didn't explain that part, but he did explain that whole thing of like to be a great musician, like you have to sacrifice, basically.
Mhm.
Like there's gonna be some pain that's involved in this. Like there's gonna be some heartache, and there's gonna be things that you're gonna have to do to put yourself above the others. And
But they never had to go through this on Now You See Me. They never had to deal with this on Now You See Me, bro. They had a whole goddamn Vegas show.
yes, they did. Like and those magic tricks were completely different. Like those were master plan. Like that shit was crazy. Like that one part when they had the key card joint and they kept passing the key card from person to person and all that type shit. Yo,
Yeah,
that shit was crazy how they was able to
fire,
pull that off. Yeah,
straight
that's
fire.
another good magic movie. But also um well, the illusion is a little different because illusionist type of magic is different than
Mhm.
the type of magic that they're doing. But like
Yeah, that's true.
I used to it's not that I got it confused, but like it was just two movies that reminded me of each other, like The Prestige. Like The
Yeah,
Prestige and The Illusionist kind of reminded me of each other, but it
yeah,
was two different types of magic.
right.
But now the Prestige fucked me up when you find out the old dude, because they were like, how the hell he do the hidden, like the door trick? This motherfucker had a twin the whole goddamn time. But
Genius.
hey, but that's how you finesse people back in the day, but
Mhm.
like don't tell nobody you got a twin, and then come on, man, do that double door
Genius.
trick. Come on,
Yeah, genius.
make mad bread. But
Absolutely.
not like that part always kind of did something to me, but then at the same time, what makes this movie unique to me is the fact of like you got this very smart kid who loves magic and he does magic on the streets. But at nighttime, this motherfucker selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? To take care of his little
Okay,
sister.
this
And it's
was
like,
my question. Why didn't he just get a fucking job?
dude, I was thinking the same thing. But
Life
then
would have been so much easier. He could have did magic and got a job and been straight.
I thought the same thing. But I think that it seems the way that his mother was raising him and his sister,
Mhm.
and like how much he really was into school and all of those type things.
Yeah.
I don't think he never had to work. I think he was kind of pampered. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
he probably was. I mean, but the nigga was smart enough to go be a fucking engineer, my nigga. Go get a
But
fucking job, bro.
but I'm just playing devil's advocate. I think
Yeah.
that the reason why he decided to sell drugs is because maybe he was just trying to get enough money to where he could go to school.
Right. Right.
And I think that he didn't want to, it seems that he didn't want to do a regular 9 to 5 without a degree, basically. So he's just like, yo, I can just sell drugs, make easy money. Because at the time, what he was doing, it wasn't dangerous. It wasn't
Yeah.
dangerous until Angelo, you know what I'm saying? The turning point was when these other dudes from another town came in and started selling drugs.
Yeah.
Because everything was just easy money for him. But then, like, once Angelo wanted him to start going alone on these
Mm-hmm.
fucking little, you know what I'm saying,
Mission.
setting people straight, yeah, missions, it's just like, yo, like the shit got real. Because like even like when they first went into like they had like this warehouse joint. And like he's in there like shaking with the gun, and like he like this motherfucker dropped the gun. Like he straight up dropped the gun, and then this one dude got the jump on him. Like he was not about that life at all.
Yeah.
And Angelo knew that, but I think that what Angelo wanted to do was, I guess, like kind of like prove his loyalty.
Well, he
But
was grooming
yeah,
them. I mean,
he
that's
yeah
what I would do.
yeah because he was his highest money maker. So he's like, okay, you my highest money maker, okay, but you also got to put in this work too. And like,
Absolutely.
so I got to, yeah, like I got to get you on the same page as, you know what I'm saying, my two main dudes or whatever. Like they don't
Yep.
sell as much as you sell, but they put in the grimy work. So I'm gonna need you to learn how to do this grimy work as well. And like
Right.
I said earlier, like when they got the drop on the other dudes, when after they didn't turn, after they turned down the offer to receive, yo, come on. If I'm selling drugs, right? Granted,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in my own territory, right? So you come
Right.
to me, you beat up my main dude, and then you tell us, yo, y'all can either leave, go back to where you came from, or y'all can stay here and sell my drugs, but you only get 30%. Come on, man. 30%?
You taking that 30%?
Hell no. Nah. The fuck?
Oh, you going back home?
Yeah.
Oh, that
But see,
makes
this
sense.
is my,
That makes sense.
I mean, come on. Okay, all right. I'm into this drug dealer shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, first of all, even Angelo said, yo, that's so disrespectful for y'all to come, you know what I'm saying, and on my territory and sell drugs cheaper than what I'm selling. And
Right.
your shit is worse, right? So y'all can either go back to where you came from or stay here and take 30%.
Yeah.
Angelo got a point. Like, this is my territory. This is where I deal my shit. I don't need y'all coming in, fucking up my shit, fucking with my customers.
Right.
Like, for me, this is the thing. Okay, we're talking about Los Angeles, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of the territory is kind of claimed, but it's just like I'm going somewhere, dude. I'm sorry. I'm going
Yeah.
somewhere. I'm not taking no if I'm making I don't know, because I think it was four of them. And I don't know how they're splitting their pie, but it's
Right.
like at the same time, if like let's say I'm the main dude and I'm getting 70%. And it's like now I'm getting 30% and I'm already splitting. The reason I'm getting 70 is because I'm already splitting money with these dudes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're knocking my shit down 40 more percent. Nah, man, I can't have my pockets getting that light. I'm not doing that. But for them to stick around was kind of stupid too. And then
Yeah.
this motherfucker cut his damn hand off. But he had Bo to do it because he's like, yo, I need to see if you're really down. It's like you said, you used the perfect word. He was grooming him
Yeah.
to he was really grooming him to be his right hand man, is what he was trying to do. So I need to know if I could trust you. But then at the same time, Now that I know that I can trust you, I also got something on you too, just in case you try to flip on me.
Mhm.
So, but you are 100% right. It's easy to say, just get a job, dude. Like you in
Yeah.
Los Angeles, like just get a job.
I mean, even if so like even if you selling drugs, bro. Once again, like this nigga's an engineer, so you know he got the intelligence. He's smart. Like nigga, if you gonna sell drugs while you doing magic, nigga.
Well, he was doing both. He was doing magic during the day, and
No,
at
no, no,
night he
no, no,
was.
no. I mean, sell drugs while you're doing magic.
Oh, well, yeah,
Nigga,
but
you know how much of a fire dope dealer you'd be if you could make dope appear behind a nigga's ear. That's fire. That is fucking fire. Imagine if you smoke weed and the weed man was like, all right, man, $5. You know what I'm saying? Like old school, $5. You get a nickel bag, you hit him your five, and then he reach behind your ear, be like, here you go. You'd be like, oh shit, this nigga is dope. You'll be like, man, this nigga is dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, a magic weed man. Come on, bro.
I can't
He
with you, man.
I feel like he didn't. I feel like he didn't maximize his potential, man.
Man, be you know what I'm saying? You want this Molly, and then just shit just appear in your goddamn in your mouth already. Like,
Come on, bro. Come
nah,
on,
that
man. Or
yeah, that's a
he'd be
dope
like, you didn't
concept.
give me my drugs. He'd be like, check your pocket. You reach your pocket in this bag. Come on, bro. I'm telling you, this nigga be making money hand over fist. This nigga be the hottest drug dealer in LA. They be like, hey man, look, you know what I'm saying? I know you buy your drugs from him, but you gotta go to the magic drug man, bro. I'm telling you, this nigga is exciting. This would be the best drugs you ever buy. Like I'm telling you, bro, sales would have skyrocketed 1,000%.
But there's also a downside because then everybody gonna be talking about it, and then somehow the word of mouth gonna go around, and then you just gonna be on the street doing your regular shit. Then the cops gonna roll up on you and be like, "Yo, we heard about this drug dealer that, you know what I'm saying, make the drugs appear in your pocket. You kind of fit the description." I
You
just
a
feel like people will
magician.
start talking, man.
You a magician. If they try to pat you down, what drugs? And they pat you
He
down, ain't no
he
drugs there.
that happened. So he was doing a drug dealer,
Mm-hmm.
and police rolled up on him,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude that was buying took off running, but he didn't run. And so
Yeah.
they was like, "Where the drugs at? I see you put them in your pocket." And they pat down his pockets, and the
Ain't no
cop,
drugs in there.
hey, they looking around. They got the flashlight. They were like, "Come on, man! I know I saw that shit." Like
See?
they looking around and they can't
See?
find it. And then the cop got mad. Just get out of here. And then because he couldn't fucking find it. And then
I'm
when he
saying.
was walking away, he made that shit appear again. But yeah, like yeah, you got the perfect. That is like the perfect cover. I just feel like people gonna talk, and like the
No,
word is gonna get
that's what you
around.
want niggas to do. You want niggas listen. The best marketing and the best advertisement is word of mouth. That's all I'm saying. So why not, you know what I'm saying, make drugs disappear, make drugs reappear. Say a nigga give you a counterfeit $10 bill. You be like, oh nah, this ain't real money. He be like, fuck you, this is real money. Oh, okay. And then he walk off, he check his pockets, ain't no goddamn drugs there, because you did your magic. You know what I'm saying? You can never get robbed. A nigga wouldn't even think twice about robbing a magician, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might fuck around and steal the bullets from this nigga gun. Like, you never know. I don't know, man. I think it's other ways he could have worked, man, to make his life a lot easier knowing magic. To me, I feel like knowing magic it's that's like a leg up on society. You know what I'm saying? He could have been in front of
Mhm.
Staples Center doing magic and making money. I mean, I
I
like I said,
mean,
I just don't think he maximized his potential.
I don't think he did either. I think he was thinking really small because then like there
Mm-hmm.
was the scene where he was just like when he said that he was basically gonna cut the drugs up, he was like, "Yo, if I sell, you know, this much, like I can get 15 grand and I can do what I want." 15 grand? Motherfucker, you in Los Angeles in 2016. 15
Hey,
grand ain't getting you
that shit
far,
is 2
yo.
weeks worth of living.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, like, what are you really thinking? Like, 15 grand ain't nothing. Like,
That ain't
but
shit, man. That ain't shit
but
in
yeah,
Ohio.
man, it really ain't shit nowhere now, man. I mean, that shit can get gone real fast. Depending
Absolutely.
on, I mean, shit. With the way rent prices is going,
Mm-hmm.
man, you could get a spot. Shit, the damn deposit gonna be about 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, man. For 15 grand, you could probably live somewhere for like maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months if you stretch it out properly in Ohio.
Yeah, so he was on one with that one, thinking 15 grand was really gonna do something. But
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah. I mean, look, you make a great point. But the sad part is he still ended up getting robbed, which was
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate because when he had to get the money for Angelo, well, while he was trying to get the money for Angelo, Angelo ended up kidnapping his sister. And I would tell you this though, even though him and the old girl they hit it off real quick, she became a ride or die instantly, my guy. Like she gave this motherfucker an envelope. Like he was able to get I think like 39,000,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was like, all the drugs is gone. I'm trying to figure out, I don't have nothing else to sell or whatever, whatnot. And she gave him an envelope,
Yeah.
and so he and she was like, "That's $900," and I'm like, and I know you may think that ain't shit, but
Nah,
that
for
was
for
but that
for a
was all her
motherfucker to
savings.
just yeah, but I'm just saying for a
Yeah,
motherfucker to just give you that in that moment, that's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot. Like, and for
Mm-hmm.
her to do that, and she was like, "Yo, like that's all my savings." Like, because her plan was like she was saving up to, it was something about because she wanted to go to another school or some shit like that. So
Yeah.
like for her to do that with them knowing each other for, I mean, I don't know how much time went by. It don't seem like it was that much time. It was just like,
Bro,
dude, but
it couldn't have been more than a year, bro.
it was less than that. Like, dude, it was
It
like a
couldn't have been
couple of
more than a
weeks,
year. Yeah,
and they was
bro.
already that was in a full fledged relationship, dude, within two
That's what I'm
weeks.
saying. That's
And
what I'm
like, and she
saying.
was right or die because like he told her the story of what happened, and he was like, "Yo,
Mm-hmm.
I understand." He was like, "I understand if you want to leave," and she was like, "Nah, like I'm gonna help you get through this." And so then these motherfuckers talked about like moving. She was like, because she said, "Why don't you just leave?" And she was like, "And if you leave, I go with you." Like, god damn, like shit. They ain't
Well,
even fuck at this point yet.
that's what I'm saying. She probably was just trying to get out the goddamn city. She like shit, just wherever you go, motherfucker, take me. Shit, please.
Oh man. But he did end up getting robbed. Like when he went to, and it sucked because he really didn't want to do the shit because like so it showed you him going to like his regular customers and shit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he had just a steady, I think it was four. I think it was like 4 or 5 customers where you saw him go to them multiple times. And one
Yeah.
of them was this girl that was like a manager of this club. And like he really fucked with a girl. Like they always had little conversations here and there. And so he went in there and he saw her open up her safe, and then he ended up, you know, like he when he robbed her, he was just like he watched her open it up and then they was leaving. So he was like, "Yo, I gotta run to the bathroom." While she was walking off, like he stole her keychain off of her hip. And
Mm-hmm.
so then like she had a camera that had pointed to the door. So you know what I'm saying, he did his magic shit. Well, not magic shit, that little thing that's in his arm, and he made the
Yeah.
camera move up. You know what I'm saying? And so then he goes in
Mm-hmm.
there, he gets the money, and then he felt so bad doing it, like when he had to give her the key back, because she had ended up telling him that she was because she was wanted to be in a band.
Yeah.
And so she was like, "Yo, like I got a gig with this band." She was like, "The money ain't shit, but it's something I love to do," and blah blah blah. And he was just like, "Man, I just robbed this motherfucker." Now, like she's talking about quitting her job and joining this band where she ain't making a lot of
She
money. I done took all the
she
money.
better her than me, goddamn it. My little sister got kidnapped. I got to get this money. Fuck that lady
This
and
is
that
true.
band.
Yeah, exactly. Like yo, like my sister is my main priority right now.
Exactly.
And so, but while he had took his drink, he look up, the dudes that was from that other crew and the one dude that got his damn arm chopped off, they saw his ass, which I don't understand how the fuck they could be on the second level, you on the first level, you run out the door, and they own you like white on rice. How the fuck did they get down there so fast? What took you so long to run out the damn club? I don't know. You supposed to know magic. How the fuck these motherfuckers beat you? So anyway, they end up they so they end up robbing his ass, right? Putting him in the trunk and put the handcuffs on him. And so he wakes up after getting hit in the back of the head. He finally wake up in the back of the car. So, you know, like I said, he got the thing in his arm. So he's able to use that thing to get his handcuffs off. And the wild part to me, I guess they took it out, but it's just like, what I didn't understand was how he still had his book bag on his back. They took his book bag.
Right.
And then, but the money was gone. So, no, as a matter of fact, maybe the money wasn't gone, but I don't understand how this motherfucker had his book bag. I don't know.
Magic,
but like, dude, they had the they like you could see like in the background, these motherfuckers had the plastic tarp, like they was about to damn like cut his ass up on the plastic joint, and then he took off running. But like the end scene was really like the dopest scene because what he ended up doing was before he had like when he left there, he went to his teacher's house. So the teacher that really fucked with him. So he was telling this teacher like, you know, some of the magic shit that he was doing, but he was like he needed more power. So he just needed like, you know, so somebody else, you know, just as smart as him. So the teacher ended up bringing this idea of like, yo, like the only way you could do that is you need like a battery pack. And so he ended up getting like a car battery joint. And like that gave him the ability to like really, really move shit. And so then the teacher was like, I feel like this is more than a magic trick. Like, like what's going on, dude? And so he ended up telling him that's his problem. First of all, this motherfucker, to be a drug dealer, he talk way too much. You told old girl everything, and then you tell your damn teacher from high school everything. And so, but what made that last scene so fucking dope was, so he had old girl, you know what I'm saying? She drove him over there. And so like he goes through the door, and then, cause see, they had went to his house, cause when he was past due, Angelo and his crew went to the house and like tore his crib up, like looking for him. And so when he just popped up at Angelo's house, they like, what the fuck? So this motherfucker did a goddamn move and busted all my man's teeth out his mouth.
He had metals in his shit.
Yeah. And so then the other dude come from around the corner, he hit his ass with a bat 2 times. And then he did this, like he did the damn one shit, and then the bat started hitting the dude upside the head by itself.
Hey man, out, bro. Who the fuck just has a metal bat, bro? In 2016, you a drug dealer with a metal bat? Like, come on, man.
Well, yeah, with a metal bat, dude. And then you come. Angelo's the only one that come with a gun. I guess Angelo didn't trust these motherfuckers with guns, man. It had to be that.
Apparently, they wasn't good enough to, you know what I'm saying, have a gun because they was already out there fucking up.
So he hit him with the bat a few times. So then everybody, because they all knew he did magic. You know what I'm saying? But like at this point, they're like, yo, like ain't no way in hell this shit is that motherfucking good. So then Angelo come down there. He gives a little speech or whatever. And then he pumped 3 at his ass. Pow, pow, pow. And like he's standing there. And then like everybody is just standing there in amazement with their mouth open. And then you see the 3 bullets standing in the air like motherfucking Matrix about this bitch. This motherfucker turned into Neo.
Shout out to electromagnets.
Yes, man. He turned into Neo, had the bullet stop in mid-air. And then he put his hands down and the bullets hit the floor. And then my man pick up one bullet. Well, you know, he made the bullet come up to his hand. and then he
Mm-hmm.
threw the bitch at Angelo and hit his ass in the middle of the forehead. And he started driving that shit into his forehead till he told him where his sister was.
That's crazy.
Yo, come on, man. Magic and drug dealers, come on. They put that
That's
shit
a hell
together.
of a mix. That's a hell of
It
a mix.
is. Because like you said, they could have, now that you said that, that would have made it a whole lot better, dude. Just like instead of doing the whole like the old handshake where you have the money and like the palm of your hand and drugs in the tip of
Mm-hmm.
your hand and you do the handshake and you know what I'm saying?
Yep. The old school
Like
hand to
man,
hand.
yeah, you ain't even gotta do hand to hand no more. Like just give me the
Nope.
money and then the drugs just bam. Like what
There
man,
you
what
go.
shit at? Check your right pocket.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
All
boom.
day
The
long,
bitch is
bro.
already there. Yeah, they should have added it in there. They fucked up right there. You
It
had a
would have
great
made it a
idea on that.
thousand times better if he was a drug dealer magician and really, you know what I'm saying, doing magic with the drugs. Telling you, bro, the nigga would have been a star. He'd have been a star in the drug game, bro. They'd have been talking about this nigga for years down the line.
But I will tell you this though, and I think that this spoke of the type of person that Bo was, because like after he drove the damn bullet into his forehead and he finally told him, well, this motherfucker. So you got a drug dealer who what did you tell your aunt, yo? Like, yo, watch this kid. For what? Just watch her. Like
Mm.
that's crazy. So he drops dude's sister off with his aunt, and so when he told him where she was, he gave Angelo 15K. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yo, this was the original amount of money that I owed you. So take this. Now we even." So
Well, he
I
was at
think
least he
that
was a man of his word to do that though.
yeah, because like at the same time, because he's like, "Yo, like you kidnapped my sister. Fuck you. I ain't giving you shit."
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he was just like, "Yo, like look, you kidnapped my sister. That's fucked up. I'm gonna give you the original 15K that I owe you, and now we even,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Leave me and mine's alone." So I thought that that was honorable because, like, I think, well, because my thing was with the way that that shit went down, you bust out the teeth in one dude's mouth and you bust a dude upside the head about 4 times with a metal bat without even touching that bitch, and then you drove
Yeah.
a bullet into one dude's forehead. Yo, I don't think Angelo was ever gonna fuck with him ever again anyway.
Let me tell you something. I don't doubt that he's gonna fuck with him at all. But the nigga with the mouth problem, he got it bad, bro. That nigga ain't had no dental insurance. This nigga sold drugs. He ain't got no dental, bro. So no, he wasn't fucking with shit.
Hey man, hey, affordable dentures, man.
Hey, shit. He better hope he's selling enough to get them shit.
Because I don't think, well, 2016, I don't think veneers was a thing really.
Nah,
I
they
mean, it
wasn't.
probably was. Nah, I don't think
Not
so.
like they are now.
Not like now.
Yeah, you
So
had
yeah,
to be
he
like
was.
rich and famous to have them motherfuckers, bro. He wasn't getting no veneers, nigga. He ain't have enough money for no veneers.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you who need to get rid of their veneers right now, and
Master
that is
P.
Rex. That's Rex Ryan, yo. Have you
That's
seen Rex
hilarious.
Ryan on Countdown?
Yes, I have. I never paid
Yo,
attention to his teeth though. Now I gotta pay
man.
attention to his teeth next season. But you know who Master P's is bad too. That nigga was on Breakfast Club, and that nigga upper lip. I'm telling you, bro, his upper lip was working so hard to keep his teeth in his mouth. It was ridiculous, man. I never seen nothing like that.
Man, listen, I'm talking about Rex Ryan teeth is so white and so big, dude.
Yeah.
That shit look unreal. Like it
Oh
just
man.
it don't look right, man. It does not look right at all. But yeah, that's funny. My man ain't got no dental plan. That's
None,
fucking
bro.
hilarious. The
None.
other dude just got a headache, and then Angelo
I
just got
take the
a.
headache over a bad mouth.
Okay, so what about the you know what I'm saying, the bullseye, you know what I'm saying, little the thing on the middle of your forehead now.
I mean, you could come up with a cool story for that. You get a tattoo over that. That ain't shit. I'm telling you, that's what happened to Angelo and the dude with the bat is nothing. has nothing compared to what happened to the nigga with the teeth snatched out his face.
Yo,
I can tell you that right now.
that's funny. Yo, I
He is
never
gonna have
know.
a horrible life from here on out.
I mean, for a while, but I think that he, dude, come on, he had that like, Angelo, let me get that 15 right there and go get me some dentures, man.
Man,
You
you
know
know
what I'm
Angelo
saying?
ain't having that shit, man.
Hell no. I
Nigga,
don't think he.
you couldn't even defend the trap when the magic nigga walked in. What make you think he about to get 15 from you, bro? Get out of here. That is not happening.
He couldn't defend the trap.
Yeah, nigga, you might not even be on the team no more.
Oh man, come on, man. Angelo can't talk shit, man. The way he was screaming when he had that bullet driving to his forehead.
Nigga, it's a bullet. I understand that. It's a bullet. This nigga didn't even stand a chance. He just yanked this shit out.
I mean, I'm talking about, and that shit was like, I'm talking about the amount of blood that came out of that shit. Yo, that shit had to hurt,
Yeah.
man. That shit hurt me. Like my mouth started tingling when I seen that
Trying to
shit.
tell you, bro. He just ripped that nigga shit out like that. Yeah, nah. He out of here, man. You
Oh
can't be
yeah.
no toothless thug out here, bro. That's not the move. That is not the move, man. So so you ready to do the fire flames, bro? Silly, man. I'm just saying, bro. If
You
that
can't
nigga
be a
ran up on
toothless
you,
thug.
if that nigga ran up on you in the street and that nigga start talking, you'll be like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here, then they probably would think that nigga was a crackhead, man.
Oh man, I'm crying. Hey, I'm
You
dead,
ready for the
but
fire flame?
man, let's do it, man.
All right, let's go.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So what you giving this joint, bro?
All right, man. So the cast is interesting, because Jacob Latimore is he's not a bona fide star. Like he's recognizable. Like people
Mm-hmm.
like know who he is. Um, but for him to like lead this movie in like 2016, um, I thought that was dope. The girl, like I was looking at her IMDb, like she's in some shit, man. Like she was actually in the last Airbender, which I didn't know that. She was in Spirit. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like she was in Blackout. Like she was actually in some shit. She was in the Tomorrow War. So like she's actually doing some big work out here. And Storm Reed, she's really becoming a star. Like she's in
Yeah.
she plays Zendaya's sister in
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Okay.
Yeah. So like she's coming up. But like really other than that, man, other than the dude that was in Psych, like there's not really a lot of recognizable names. But I thought that they was able to put together a pretty good movie. Um it's not the best movie, it's not the worst movie. I thought the plot was interesting to have a kid that's considered a smart kid, but he's also a magician, and this motherfucker is selling drugs during the night. So I thought that was cool. But I mean, it's like I said, it's an average movie, man. I'm gonna give it a 3. Um, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it's a pretty good movie. It's something that I watch from time to time, so I fucks with it.
That's what's up, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go a slight step ahead of you. I'm gonna go 3.5. Only because I remember when this at first came out. With the trailer had me thinking that this was a superhero movie. So I'm thinking like, oh shit, like you know what I'm saying? This nigga got some magic powers, you know what I mean? This nigga gonna show us some different shit. And I think this was after the one movie with Michael B. Jordan and the other two dudes had came out.
Chronicle or something like
Chronic.
that.
I don't
Chronic.
think that was Michael B. Jordan though, was it?
No, I think it was. I think it was Michael B. Jordan, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
might be Michael B. Jordan. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was around the time that shit had came out, which was a dope ass movie. So I'm like, okay, this is something like that. Then seeing it for what it was, I was like, okay, this is nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? This was like we seen this story before. It was pretty much dope. The movie dope. Um, with I forgot what his name is. Shamik. I forgot what his last name is. But
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Shamik Moore is that his name?
Yes, yes. He plays
Yeah.
Raekwon
Yep.
in the Wu Tang joint. Yeah, it was Chronicle. Like, yeah, it was Michael B. Jordan. It
Chronicle.
was him.
Yeah. Okay, but so yeah, like this movie was like dope with Shamik Moore. Basically, you know what I'm saying, a kid in LA, smart kid who ends up finding out how to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying, to get into school and live life or whatever. But they just added a twist onto it where it was more gritty, it was more street, and you know what I'm saying, the kid knew magic. And that was a nice little twist on the, you know what I'm saying, on this storyline. So I thought that was dope. The acting was pretty good, and it wasn't really bad acting. It wasn't anything where like you seen it was like, all right, man, this nigga over the top, or like, oh yeah, he's a horrible actor. It wasn't none of that. It was a pretty average cast, like you said. It really wasn't nobody that really stood out. Um, so yeah, I'm giving it a 3.5
Okay. I ain't mad at that at all.
for sure, man. Let's get into the coming soon.
Let's do
Coming
it.
soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, so you already know what we're doing on the next episode, man. Season three. I mean, I'm sorry, damn. Episode three. Episode three of Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? We continuing the Snowfall uh review. You know what I mean? We keeping up with it. Last season. So far the first two episodes are pretty good. Some shocking things happen. This next episode, we're supposed to be getting a surprise visit from some people, some familiar faces, which I'm excited to see how this one pans out because this is gonna be super interesting. Um, it looked like it's some stuff that they're gonna, you know, throw at us that we ain't ready for, which is always good. I think that they're doing a great job continuing John Singleton's legacy. I know last season there was some different stuff going on, but I actually enjoyed those. You know what I'm saying? Um those different things that we got. The Tiger thing I wasn't too cool with, but it wasn't far fetched. You know what I'm saying? People forget that it is LA and in the '80s niggas was doing some wild things. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a real tiger somewhere in LA at the time that somebody had.
But then
Um,
you also got to remember the effect that Scarface had. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Scarface came out in '83, and
yeah,
Scarface had people out here wilding. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And I really think that that's where the whole Tiger idea even came from because
Mhm.
even a movie like, remember, New Jack City, what was
Yep.
Nino and them Brown watching? They was watching Scarface.
Yep.
Paid in Full, it was a scene where they was in the
Scarface.
movie watching Scarface. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I think that idea came from Scarface, and they put a tiger in it, and was just like, yo, like we know how Scarface took over the hood, so it
Mhm.
wouldn't be too surprising that there's a dude who stole a damn tiger from the fucking uh uh zoo and put that shit in
Yep.
his backyard. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's motherfuckers in Florida that do the same thing today. So I wouldn't be surprised that in the '80s if somebody was out there, you know, what I'm saying, out and about with a fucking tiger. So I mean, it wasn't too shocking. But I think what this season has done with these first two episodes is the same thing that they always do with Snowfall, which is it definitely encapsulates you and it intrigues you. That way you kind of get glued I think with these two episodes that they premiered with, I think that they have outdone themselves because I'm already skeptical of Veronique. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about her, man. So she got something up her sleeve I ain't sure about, but it's iffy. It's real iffy. You know what I mean? And the KGB dude, I'm iffy about that nigga too, bro.
Yep. You know, I told you I've always been. It's always been something about V. Like
Mhm.
I never thought that. Like, th- I know it's gonna sound terrible, man, but it's just like I never trusted her. Like
Ever.
never. Like
Cause she came
I
out of
never
nowhere.
did. She
She just
did
came
come
out
out
of
of
nowhere.
nowhere. That's the one. I think that's the one bad thing that they did when it came to writing, is that
Mhm.
they didn't. They didn't. Maybe they ended up, because the thing is, I ended up how this is how I end up even hearing about the backstory of her, and I told this last season
Mhm.
was they did like I don't know some kind of fucking extra shit somewhere.
Yeah.
But you had to go find it, and they were
Right.
saying that when he got that bookstore, that one hood, not hood, but that one black owned bookstore,
Mhm.
and he kind of like bought them out, but he kind of forced them out. Where they
Yeah.
said that they ended up suing Franklin,
Mhm.
and she was Franklin's lawyer or some shit like that, or he met
Right.
her during that time. But it's just like at the same time, why the fuck y'all couldn't put that in the show, or
Or
at
at least
least
had talked about it.
or at least gave us a flashback of like that
Yeah.
whole situation, and it just was just boom, this is my girl, and we, you know what I'm saying, we engaged, and I'm gonna fucking marry her and get her pregnant. Like what the fuck? Like this bitch came out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like,
Absolutely.
and it just like she just always seemed sketchy, man. It's just something about her. It's really something about her, and that's I think like that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is to see what end up happening with her,
Mhm.
because I just got a feeling that she's gonna take this fucking money, her and her mom's, and they're gonna dip out with
Oh
this
my
baby, man.
goodness. I feel like Franklin is gonna have to kill one of them. I'm being honest with you.
I think so. I think what's gonna be interesting is how they're gonna end this thing. Because usually
Yeah.
when we get the drug dealer story, like they usually always give us the downfall. And it's
Mhm.
like I wonder, are we gonna get the downfall, or is Franklin gonna be one of the ones where he's able to escape to, you know what I'm saying, Costa Rica or some shit, and
Yeah.
he's just living out his life or whatever, whatnot. And they say that this is loosely based on Freeway Ricky Ross. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We know he got caught up twice.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know, does Franklin end up going to jail, or I don't know, man. I think they won't take their route for the simple fact of like, because Rick Ross, that's another thing. Like we never talked about this on the show. Ricky Ross tried to pursue them.
Did multiple times.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, y'all is using my life story, and y'all, I'm not getting paid for it." And look, and I
Right.
get him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude was a hustler. Like, he trying to get his come up. Like, shit, he tried to sue Rick Ross, the rapper.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? For like stealing his name or whatever.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you know, what can you say, man? I don't blame him. I ain't
Nah,
mad
I
at
mean
him.
you got to get it how you live.
Yeah, so you know, it is what it is at this point. But it's gonna be interesting to see how if they're gonna actually show us like the downfall of Franklin, or is he going to be able to escape the life,
Mhm.
or even to the point of like how they tried to do the whole real estate joint, to where, because I wouldn't be mad at that either, because when you think of a guy like Jack Kennedy,
Yeah.
say he was in some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he ended up having one son, a motherfucking president, and the other one was supposed to be the president too, but he got assassinated in '68. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They say Trump pops was into some shit back then. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's
Rockefeller.
how they all
He
got
was,
rich, man.
yeah, that's what I'm
Bootlegging,
saying.
hustlers, pimps, all that shit.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be mad if Franklin was able to escape this shit and become a
Mhm.
successful mogul about this bitch.
That would be
It's kind of
dope.
what I want to
That
see.
would be dope.
It's kind of what I
Yeah,
want to
that
see.
would be dope. All right, man. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, if you think magic is cool, hit us up. Let us know on the socials. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at ViewAnon Pod. You can also find us on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. And if you're looking for me, man, you can find me on Twitter at Schools Bronson. I got a link to in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at S.Foster8 on Instagram and on Twitter. At 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on Instagram. Follow the podcast. 28 minutes or less. It's on all major platforms. The last episode, my partner was on it with me. We still did the with the 50 year of hip hop episode. We gave you episode 116, which is record labels, what rap record labels and crews. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So we went into Def Jam, we went into Rough Riders, Young Money, Cash Money, No Limit, all that type shit like that. So go check
Yep.
that out on all major platforms.
That's right, man. And thank you guys so much for the support. It's always greatly appreciated. Continue listening, continue sharing, continue subscribing, all that good stuff. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you get the word out. Put the, you know what I'm saying, post the episodes, your favorite clips, all that stuff. Hit us up, let us know. Engage. You know what I'm saying? We can't wait to talk to you guys. And until the next episode, man, like they say in Hollywood, that's the wrap.
Cut.